The Bloomberg team just breaking this now that Twitter froze the equity awards accounts for employees on Monday as that deadline to seal the deal with Elon Musk approaches. Ed Ludlow breaking that news. Ed, walk us through the significance of this development.
Yeah, so these are essentially the accounts that Twitter employees check based on their stock compensation, right, to check the status of it. And a notice was placed on those accounts on Monday, which essentially told them that they'd been frozen, the ability to trade. There's actually a quiet period in place anyway. But because the company is anticipating the close of this deal, actually look at Twitter shares pushing higher on this news. I guess the logic here is that it is a sign to the market that Twitter is proceeding as expected to work to close this deal. As you said, the deadline installed by the Delaware Chancery Judge Kathleen St. Jude McCormick is 5 p.m. on the 28th. But there have been some kind of confusing signs from both parties, some commentary out there about what the intentions of both sides is. So essentially, these accounts are frozen, and staff were notified of that on Monday. And what was interesting is that was actually technically a day off for Twitter employees when that happened.
So you say it's in anticipation of a potential deal, but are there any other interpretations of what this could mean, or is this pretty set?
Yeah, so the notice on the Schwab accounts reads, this freeze allows Schwab to perform final reconciliation of employee accounts prior to close of the acquisition. In other words, as is normal in many Silicon Valley tech companies, a big part of compensation is equity compensation. We'd reported previously that a big chunk of restricted stock unit was supposed to vest for a large number of employees on November 1st, and that according to some sources, many Twitter staff were considering holding off leaving the company until that stock vested in November. But that stock still has to get taken into account when the final math is done with regards to the take private deal. Elon Musk has talked about how any equity or public market investors in Twitter could potentially roll over their investment into a private entity. And you have to remember that a large number of stockholders are indeed current employees. So it's a part of that final closing math.